Okay, good afternoon. I have a very arduous task, and I have a person called Asif who's a great soul, a great human, and he's put me into a spot. This morning over breakfast when I met him, where are you, Asif? I'd like to see you. Where is he? Okay, right here. First you applaud for him, then I'll give him all the... No, you wait here. This morning, when I was having breakfast, he comes to me, looks at me and smiles and he says, Assalamu alaikum. I replied back, Salam alaikum, good morning. Then he says, I have a session outlined for you. I didn't take it seriously. I said, okay, session outline, I'll go. After an hour, he comes back and he tells me it's a panel, a round table for 88 people. I said, what? He says, no, you have to do it. I've already printed your name. And then, so I'm here only because of him. So if it goes well, credit goes to him. If it goes very badly, you have bottles that you can throw at my head. And I promise you, there'll be no video recording of that. So, yeah, all right. So ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is, Asif, I'll need pens. Okay. My name is Dr. Raju Bhatia, and I keep experimenting. This morning, I called up a very close friend of mine in Pune and I told her, why don't you just hop into your Mercedes, BMW, you have 12 cars, and you wear a sari which is printed, but I want the sari color to match your car color. And she says, absolutely. And she's right here for me. You don't know how much I love love her for listening to me. That's Tarita Shankar for you, ladies and gentlemen. She is the chairman and chairperson of the Indira Group of Institutes. I met her colleague this morning who came, she must have left at 5 a.m., I think, to reach this place at about 8 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. No, it was 7:30 or quarter to 8. She came and she says, hi. I was busy looking at my phone. So I says, who's going to say hi to me? And not a woman who's going to say, I'm bald and I don't look good. And I said, I looked up. I said, you. So I shook hands with her. And she says, she's telling me, something? I really think this is going to be a great program. I just jumped with joy. At least somebody believes in me. That's Renu for you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay, great. And my bestest friend is here. And he's so bestest to me that I can actually call him and tell him, yaar, mere ko Chhattisgarh lekar chal. Yaar, mere ko idhar lekar chal. Tu trek ja raha hai. Recently he wore half chaddi, red color. And he went on a trek and he did not take me. I shouted at Asif and said, tell this rascal to take me to trek. So ladies and gentlemen, Vijay Naidu for you. The genius. All right. Okay, now that the introductions are done, I hope the sponsors pay me. Okay, now that the introductions are done, I have an arduous task to do. I have to get you all involved in an experiment which I'm conducting. So I'm going to be the sutradhar. I'm going to be the master player. I'm going to be, the pioneer, the person who's actually holding the strings of the dancers in my hand. And unlike Dara, she has the freedom. She makes she made me do this kind of an approach, and I didn't know how harder I could shake it. And then she made me do another kind of a dance, and I learned Bollywood dancing from Dara, incidentally, for 1 year, and I paid her 20 grand a month, and she told me she gave me a discount, which is a load of bullshit, I tell you, So actually for 1 whole year, and because I wanted to do Badtameez Dil with my nephew at a wedding, at a family wedding. My nephew was 14 and he challenged me. He says, Nanu, you have to do Badtameez Dil. So I actually learned Badtameez Dil, shaking my hands like this. And I have to perform on 21st in the Indira Group with a team of students who are going to do Badtameez Dil with me on stage. So ladies and gentlemen, this arduous task of what I have got is to make sure that I run this as an experiment. And I'll tell you why it is an experiment. Because I think in August or September, which date? In 14th September, Asif, thank you for reminding me, I'm running the largest ever roundtable conference in Bangalore at the Asia Pacific HRM Congress, which will focus on the theme. The theme is, help me with talent acquisition. It's talent acquisition. There's so much unethics in that field. It's so unethical, that whole field, that if I don't touch this subject now, I won't forgive myself. I'm 63 physically, 24 mentally, and I don't know when I will be able to forgive myself if I don't broach on the subject. So my whole task is to actually broach on that subject now. So I've had a big hall in MG Road, Taj, and I've hired 2 other rooms in MG Road, Taj. So you can imagine what I'm thinking. So there should be about 500, 600 HR heads. They should come in the morning at about 9 for one set, and another set which begins at 12 p.m. till 4:30 p.m. We are going to run back-to-back panels, and in each table there'll be about 10 people. Those people who are present at the table will be given table talk topics, and once they have those table talk topics, they will actually be in a position to discuss that. Then there will be master facilitators, and I will be standing on the stage getting the input. I'm going to use the very good old OHP, overhead projector, which we have stopped using. I don't know why. I don't know if you still use it in your college, but I'll be using that old OHP and the transparencies, and I'll be writing with those 6-color pens, which we have all forgotten, thanks to the technology that has made us so lethargic and so unimaginative. And we are talking of artificial intelligence to natural human beings who are born out of mother and father with Adam and Eve. So can you imagine what a tragic situation it is? I have lots of HR leaders whom I have met in the recent past who have suddenly become experts on artificial intelligence. And I promise you, it's such a big bloody con game that I don't know how much to believe them. They are predicting what's going to happen to my work, your work, our work. Track theworldatwork.org. You will get to know what I'm saying. It's a bunch of lies that all these HR guys are speaking about, the future of HR. Yeah. So some of you are great leaders, and Asif has warned me I better behave myself and use the words that are very, very prolific for this set of audience to draw. So Asif, help me shout at the theme. The theme for today? Yeah, creating. I like the word. Create. Creating a great employer brand. All right. So if you can actually turn your chairs and become a part of the round table. If you know somebody at that table, and if you have too many relatives or apna company ke log, to change your seat. Change your seat. Yeah, I would like you not to know anybody for this to be effective. So please turn your chairs. Please turn your chairs. Yeah, please allow me to facilitate this, ladies and gentlemen. Turn your chairs. If Sorry, somebody said something. Yeah, if anybody wants to take these chairs, the gentleman says, I'm very smart. If you come here, you'll become smarter. Anybody? Yeah. All right. Now, if you know too many people, I repeat, if you know too many people in a group, please change your table. Please change your table, all right? I assume that no one is anybody's rishtedar. There is no khoon ka rishta, there's only dimag ka rishta here, right? All right. So now, you have pen, pencil, paper in front of you. You have writing pads in front of you. And you have a great team that is there. The first thing, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing I want you to do is to introduce yourselves very, very quickly. You have 1.5 minutes to do that. Please introduce yourself. Your name of the company, and whatever else that can go. Please introduce yourself quickly. Cool, you're done? All right. Okay, no, because she looked at me, she smiled, and she says, I'm done with the introduction. She followed my rules. So, okay, now that you're done with your introduction, Come up with something, 3 points, 4 points, 2 points, 6 points. That this is the core of what is going to be shared. Once you know the core, then you can systemize everything else. Okay, I think you finished introductions. All right, here's what you need to do. Okay, people love being introduced. Okay, so there are still some going on. All right, now here's what you need to do. The subject is creating a great employer brand. Doesn't matter what company you are. Doesn't matter what industry you are. Doesn't matter your designation. Doesn't matter which your geography. What matters is that you recognize the brand. I'll give you an example. Hindustan Unilever, great brand. Procter& Gamble, great brand in manufacturing. What are we talking about? Iconic brands creating iconic products. Look at the Indian brands that have become iconic over a period of time. 1,000 unicorns to 10,000 unicorns in India. The day we reach 10,000 unicorns in India, I'm going to walk up to Dr. Tarita and tell her, please can I have these unicorns come to your campus in your auditorium and talk about their success stories. The question is that unicorns have multiplied success with Indian brands. How is it possible to multiply success with an Indian brand unless and until you are an employer brand? Great employers attract talent. Bad employers detract talent. For great employers to attract talent, what is needed is the ability to believe that this talent is going to work with skills, competencies, and they are going to multiply the skills and competencies to be able to foresee the future. So ladies and gentlemen, here is what we are going to do. We are going to identify 5 key elements that help an employer to become a great employer brand. What creates an employer brand? Creating is better than just building. Because when you create, you're not just building, you're actually developing the future. And the future depends upon what we do today. For the future to be successful, what we're going to do today as an employer brand is going to play a very significant role. So you can jot down the points, you can talk the points, you can iterate the points, you can debate and debar the points. When you debate and debar the points, that's the best thing that you could ever do. Because in any case, shock always changes mindset. When you shock somebody, there is a mindset change. The shock could be the shock of culture, the shock of values, the shock of poor leadership, or the shock of inability to deliver. So when you have inability to deliver, that's the time you pick up excuses. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes. 10 minutes to actually iterate the subject. Once you finish iterating the subject, you make a note of what I have asked you. And then once I have those notes, I'll consolidate the points, and we will come to know in the next 1 hour how to create a great employer brand. That will be a valuable learning for all of us to take home. We'll type that and send it. Asif has told me very specifically he would like to type that and send it to you as an email. Sounds good? Absolutely. Start. All right, I love the enthusiasm. First of all, Asif, thank you. This is an audience with great enthusiasm. Will you please applaud for them, Asif? Yeah, will you please applaud for them? One of the best enthusiasms I've ever seen. And I love your smile. I hope your boss gives you double promotion this year. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. This is what I observed. I observed natural leaders. I had not told anyone to chair the session. But we got natural leaders in the group. Natural leaders who just love to lead. Imagine if this nation was led by natural leaders. And I'm very soft because of the cameras. If this nation was led by natural leaders, there would be more peace in Manipur. Making of developed India, Modi, the acronym. So I'm wondering. So they were natural leaders. So I can't quit. I can't, have no qualms in accepting that this group has natural leaders. And I hope if your organizations are recognizing natural leaders, they are lucky to have you, some of you. They're actually lucky to have you. So go and tell your bosses today, Mr. Bhatia said that you're lucky to have me. And whatever is the consequence, I shall bear the fruit. There were silent observers. I'm not going to point out, I saw somebody sitting, I have in my office, there are some people who sit like this. They were silent observers. Now, it's a job of the natural leader to make the silent observer speak. It's the job of the natural leader to tell the silent observers, hey, what are you thinking? Not about Tara or Sitara. I hope you're thinking about the topic. Because you've been given a task. And when you're given a task, you better do the task well. There's no point in doing a task half-hearted. Do the task so well that people remember you for the task that is given to you. I have a philosophy. Even if you hate somebody, shower so much love on them that they start feeling insecure because of your love. I have 4 dogs, Ish, Mohabbat, Jigar, and Alia. Jigar and Alia came from the street. I picked them up when snakes were gobbling them up. And first, Jigar and Alia wouldn't adapt to my environment because they were picked up from the street. But they started adapting. The more hugs they got, the more they started adapting. Imagine if this analogy applies to humans. Hugging is a great way to express your emotion. It's a great way. It's a great way. Don't try it on a woman, boss, I promise you. She'll call you, whatever it is. It's a great way, and there's no qualms about it. Whole Harvard is reviewing on this 4-letter word called love. They're writing case studies. Organizations run with love. I said, fish. I spoke about it 21 years back when I was working for McKinsey. The entire approach of using love at work. Not in the physical sense, of course. I have in my office, there are some lovers in my office. And they're passionately in love with each other. Now, I sometimes find it amazing. I have a beautiful wife, but I'm still in passionate love with somebody. So neighbors envy, owner's pride, as they call it. Okay. No, I literally meant it. It's a brand cliche for a brand called Onida. Yeah. Remembering names and rechecking. I saw some of you were rechecking names with each other. I think your name is so-and-so. Such a small group, yeah. When I stay by the Arabian Sea and I see a lot of people at the seaside, I have a habit of talking to anybody and everybody. So I saw this rickshawala. I asked him, what's your name? He said, my name is Manda. And I remembered his name. So the next day when he was ready, Kya Manda bhai, soye ho tum abhi tak? Saheb, aapko mera naam yaad hai. So remembering names is a very big way to connect with people. I have this habit, I keep scratching my head to remember names at times. You're laughing, but you can relate to me. High five. High five, okay. Did everyone in the team contribute? The answer is no. Okay, yes. How many of you like Vijay? Yes. Yes. That side also? Okay, I love that. Emulate. Okay. Talking to the group versus talking to your neighbor. That happened in some groups. Some of you are talking to the group and some of you are talking to their neighbor. Okay, so now let's take the key points that came out. These are my observations as I was moving around. So now you tell me the key points. Come on. What came out? Okay, that lovely. I love your enthusiasm. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Can we have all the pictures taken, Asif, of this gentleman? He's very enthusiastic. Yes, sir, your name.
My name
All
is
right,
Krishnan.
great. Let's applaud. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Not yet good evening, so good afternoon. We have actually called our group as Six Joys Group.
Oh my God, I love this man. What is your name, sir?
My name is Krishnan. I'm from Asrek, India.
Oh, Mr. Krishnan, I just love you,
Asrek,
man.
India. And
Go and tell your wife that I love you.
okay, I'll do that, sir. No problems. You love me, no? That's fine. So I'll read out the points which I have written here. I'll read out the points.
Please do.
Yeah. The first point is fair remuneration.
Pardon me?
Fair remuneration.
Remuneration.
Fair
Paisa
remuneration.
Dekh, tamasha dekh.
Without that, I can't come. Number one. Number two is...
Listen, I'm damn clear, and I couldn't agree more with Mr. Krishnan. Sometimes you just pay the goddamn money. Just pay the goddamn money and keep your mouth shut. Just do that sometimes.
That guy works for you then.
Yeah.
Number two is just ensure that you are technologically advanced. Technological advancement is a great sticky factor for the youth. A company which is obsolete will find a lot of attrition.
Okay.
Point number three, a company which provides growth opportunities. If I am providing growth opportunities for my people, the news spreads far and wide and I am attracting a lot of talent. Cool. Fourth is I am having a professional work culture. I'm having a professional work culture in the sense that what is right, so I follow ethics, I follow compliance, I follow all the points, whatever the young guys need to do, that's there with me. And they can stick hard and tell to me.
Right.
Number four. Number five is, we have got a good culture of training and trusting the employee. Train and trust. A company which trains and trusts the employee, retains the employee, is what my last point was.
All right, cool.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Krishnan, sir. Okay, Asif, all the pictures of the lady there, very greatly enthusiastic. What's your name, ma'am?
I am Vasudha. I represent an organization called as Nurion Chemicals.
Wow.
And these are my colleagues, Ashok, Shalu, and Afreen.
Vasudha,
And-
you're a great leader. First is accept this from me.
Thank you.
You're a damn great leader.
And
Please
in
move
fact, our group had equal representation from both male and female colleagues
Wow.
and peers. So we call our group as a diversity group.
ahead. Okay.
And these are some of the points that we have jotted down. Well, employer brand is both internal as well as external. We need to reach out to both internal employees as well as external prospective employees. Transparency in systems and processes are very important to create a great employer brand. Developing and retaining talent is my third point. Our fourth point is creating accountability and empowerment within the organization. Our fifth point is about culture building and growth-oriented culture is what we want to drive as an organization. Our sixth point is about employee well-being in terms of empathy, wellness, and also looking at the financial well-being of the employees.
Right.
Our seventh point is about strong and visible employee support system because that is very
I thought
important.
you gave me 5 points, Vasudha.
Okay. And the
No, but
last
no,
is...
Okay, let me get you your 2 points more. No,
Yeah.
I give 100 marks for an NTU. Yeah. When you have the enthusiasm, you have everything right in life.
Sure. So our last point is grow with us. As an employer brand,
Vasudha,
grow with
I
us.
lost you because this gentleman distracted me. It was a dirty statement and I can't repeat it. All right. Well-being के बाद आपने क्या बोला, Vasudha?
About creating strong and visible employee support system.
Employee support system. Oh my God.
And the last that I said was grow with us. As an organization, if we are growing, let's have the employees' growth also accounted along with us.
Grow with us. Okay. All right. Yes, who's the next group? Okay. Oh, I am so okay. You know why she attracted my attention? Because I like that blue color. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. No, she said told. She didn't said stolen. How can you be a rascal?
Okay, so I'll get up. And hello, everyone. My name is Preeti Bhatia. Coincidentally, we share the surname with the host here. So, so quite a few points have been stolen and said. So I I will not repeat, but I like to pick up a few points which have not been shared so far. So what we kind of uh, want to first bring up here is employee value proposition,
EVP.
which is basically a whole and soul holistic topic, covers anything and everything. Second is, being agile, because times are changing and so should we. Diversity and inclusion, most important because equal world, equal opportunities. And one of our golden statements from this table, celebrate successes but respect failures.
Okay. Celebrate successes and respect failures permanently? No, no. Okay. Okay. Great. You done?
Well, the list is still long, but we'd like to stick to our unique points.
Okay. I would appreciate that. Thank you. Come, this group was, yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So this group was diverse in terms of the verticals that we all belong to. So we had Tarita Shankar here, who comes from a very different educational background, and we all move from the corporates, though we don't have a name. However, the top 5, what we thought was employee experience. Now, this is a bigger umbrella under which there would be right from onboarding to development to maybe an employee exit the organizations could be covered. The second one was culture and value of that particular organization. Third was meaningful work. So in this today's world, we have seen if the millennials or any one of us is not given with the challenging work, that becomes a point of attrition and not remaining with the organization. Fourth is work-life balance. So work-life balance includes your wellness, mental balance, as well as your financial development. And the fifth is feeling belonged, like the employee should have a feeling of belongingness with the organization, so the touch points would be much great. Thank
Wow,
you.
great. Okay, which is the, yes, sir. I'll come to you and ma'am, and after this, I'll come to you. Yes, sir. You'll have to take this.
Yeah, hi. So my name is Sumit Raina. I represent a company called Shubham Tanks and Liners. So we also
Sorry, I
like
missed your name.
Sumit.
Yes, Sumi, tell me.
So like I think all other groups, we were also pretty diverse in our, in the group. But some of the points have been covered. Few points which we believe have not been covered. I think the key point would be trust, which if you break it further would be in consistency of the organization, walk the talk, basically as an organization. Transparency was already kind of mentioned. The other thing that we felt was another point which helps to build a brand is the resilience of the brand, of the organization, also in terms of crisis management. Another point that we felt was that, so we did speak about people and how we handle them, develop, train, Also, I think one of the key points is how, when people leave, because at the end of the day, some people will leave. How do you handle the exits? Because the people going out are your biggest ambassadors, both way negative and positive. Any point? Yeah.
So my name is Akram Khan and I'm from Adani Electricity. One point which I would like to add is targeting employees basis their levels. So junior employee will be targeted in a different way. Middle management employee will be targeted in a maybe different way, and so is with the senior management.
So differentiate, you're saying, as per the levels. All right, great. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hurry up, Marshall, hurry up, hurry up.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Pratima. I represent Premium Transmission. First point will be leadership, and second will be culture. Third point will be empowerment. Fourth will be change management. Fifth will be mindfulness. And
One second. I never passed typing in school. Yeah. Change management and
Mindfulness.
mindfulness.
And sixth will be integrity.
Six will be
Integrity.
integrity. Okay. Anybody else left out? Yes, ma'am. I'll come to you and then to you, gentlemen. I need you to turn the paper. Just turn one of the sheets.
Yeah.
I could write.
Hello.
Yeah.
I represent Bonus Engineers Private Limited.
Yes, please.
I think most of the points here are very beautifully covered. However, just emphasizing a little more on the culture of the organization. We spoke about 5 C's of the culture, employee-centric culture, which will definitely have a strong impact on employer branding. Employer branding does not lie onus only on the HR, is also what we discussed. It is the entire organization which strives towards it. So the 5C culture is commitment, care, communication, celebration, and community service, which encompasses a lot of all that we spoke. Thank you.
What was the last one? Community service. Right. Right. Anybody else who would like to? Yes, ma'am. I would love to hear you. And then I'll come to the lady behind you. Yes, please. The mic. The mic. The mic.
So, hello everyone. My name is Bhavisha and I represent BDR Pharmaceuticals. So, I would like to keep it very short and crisp. So, I believe 5F is the key.
5F.
Yeah.
Oh, they like C's, you like F's. Okay. All right.
Generally, people believe to join an organization where they can see fortune. Like
Fortune, right. Fortune.
a 5-star organization that is a branded company.
5-star.
Company or any organization where family is included, like giving all facilities like Mediclaim and etc.
Facilities.
5 days a week, which is a work-life balance, and a free culture.
And a
Free culture.
free. I go dancing to the office. All right. Free culture.
Or a flexibility.
Okay, what's the name of your company?
BDR Pharmaceuticals.
Okay, have you told your boss you want 5 days a
He's
week?
here around, I don't know where.
All right, I love that. Whoever is the boss, I promise you. Your name is Bhavika.
Bhavisha.
Bhavisha is a great person. Please give her 5 days a week. Let the whole company work, but she must get 5 days a week.
This is my
All right.
personal experience.
So somebody, okay, the lady there and then the gentleman there. Yes, please.
Dipti here, and
Yeah,
we
Dipti.
have named our group as MS because people in the group consist from manufacturing background and few of them are from services industry.
Wow.
So MS is our group's name. Now what we have emphasized here is on, first is strong vision. And I
Vision.
believe that everyone should join this journey in the company.
Right,
That's how we can build a strong brand.
right.
Strong vision, and one should relate to it. And the second point is work-life harmony. As she said rightly, 5 days of work, that is one of the point. But other than that, there are a lot of other parameters and aspects one should look at to bring your employee as a brand at one level. So work-life harmony is important. Third is, culture. Strong value system, open door policy, integrity, these are all parameters one should look at. Then yes, development. Under development, we have jotted certain points like career enhancements, skill upscaling, cross-scaling, robust appraisal systems, and timely rewards and recognitions. And then it is like what contribution you are, basically giving towards the community. So in this point, community contribution, there are different stakeholders like your employees, your customer. So customer satisfaction is one of the important parameter we feel. So these are the points which we
Great.
feel that can make a good or a great employer brand.
Right. I
Thank
had
you.
somebody else who had put your hand up. And yes, please. Yes, please. There was another gentleman I couldn't recognize. There. So there are two left, Marshal, this, and the gentleman that side. My right and your left.
So good afternoon all. Myself Mansi. I am from Mugen Technology. And as such, almost all point been covered. Fine, but few to add into that. The purpose of existence, what we feel of the organization, that should be the, employee should absorb that, and definitely that employee should think that their own purpose, give him the reason to be in long term with the organization. Culture of the organization, compensation and benefit, we think another aspect which is important. Then of course the growth of the employee within the organization, and anything I miss? Done? I think
All
these are
right.
done for Morgan.
The last group, the gentleman.
They
Sorry?
have covered F and they covered C. So I will cover now E.
Wow. Wow.
See, very important is environment of contribution.
Environment of contribution.
Then second important is energy. And
Contribution.
third is effectiveness and efficiency. These 4 points are very important. What one should not have, that also 3 things I would like to say. First is procrastination. It is due to fear and doubt.
Procrastination, wow.
Third is something that is impatience.
Impatience.
Hurriedly we take some decisions. It should be avoided.
Okay.
It should not be impatient. And
Right.
third, very important, is criticalness or selfishness. Arey, mera isme kya hai?
Okay, I don't know, I get a feeling that you'll all hate your bosses.
Pardon?
I get a very strong feeling that you hate your bosses.
I couldn't get it. Eh?
I
Acha,
said
relate my boss. Okay.
you all hate your bosses. It's coming out very strongly to me. You want to tell him, USO, but you stop. So good, you say instead. It happens at times. I mean, completely happens. I couldn't blame you. I'll tell you one thing. What is my observation? I mean, I deal with HR all my life. 63 years physically that I am. 31 years in HR. 31 years of World HRD Congress that I have done. I'm only talking to HR every time, anytime, and all the time. And my observation is, you just can't have one right thing that you can call as a unique thing for it to work. It is a multi-nodal approach to which anything can happen in an organization. The most important part is creating an organization which is interdependent and not dependent. You create an interdependent organization. When you create an interdependent organization, the systems work. You don't even need technology for the systems in that case. I've seen a very simplistic approach in a lot of organizations which are hugely interdependent, where people are interdependent, where they look at each other and they understand. They don't even have to talk, as a matter of fact. They don't even have to talk, as a matter of fact. Just look at each other and they understand that it's an implied thing for it to happen. I repeat, an implied thing for it to happen. And wherever there's anything that is implied, I'll twist the question and put it another way. There's a nice saying, the cats are at play when the mice are away. Now, apply this analogy. In any organization, when the bosses are away, is the productivity high? You may be laughing, but it's a reality. Is the productivity high? It's like asking, how would I look? What would I do if I'm all alone? Yeah, it's a wow statement. How would I look? What would I do if I'm all alone? Because agility, not fragility. Relevance, not irrelevance. And most importantly, when you love your work, there's no reason to supervise it at all. You just love your work. You love it so much, that results have to come to you. You can't fail if you love your work. And I've seen this in 31 years of my HR career. If you just love your work, and the more I understand this, I don't need a lot of things that I've created because my organization is so heavily interdependent. It's so heavily interdependent. Employer brand is not a panacea. I mean, I keep telling a lot of youngsters, there's a culture in a very great, including yours. And I was amazed at the discovery after I spoke with you, hiring the LGBT. It's a great thing to happen. They have the right to live. They have the right to breathe. Heart of hearts, they are far more creative than what normal, whatever you want to call. And their creativity has led to the growth of organizations' vision, if nothing else. At the end of this day, don't we say vision without action is merely a dream? Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. They've combined vision with action. Try this. You have a very difficult employee. Tell them to do, clay modeling. Make their hands dirty with clay modeling. They can wear 3/4 in the office. And try this. The chances are they'll fail and they'll hate it. Oh, it's so dirty. Their shoulders go up. The snooky people who have PhDs in an organization, pull him down, pull her down, pull him down, pull her down. An organization has many PhDs who pull each other down. No, you may be laughing, but this is the reality of our lives. It has many PhDs. So the question is, try this clay modeling. Let them make their hands dirty. They put their shoulders up. They shrug it. They may tell you certain negative things. But at the end of the day, if they succeed, they will create interdependence. If they fail, tell them to look for another job. Honestly, tell them one bad apple makes the entire basket bad. One bad influence on the culture impacts everybody to be bad. And I assure you that that happens. When you create interdependence, the bad apples walk out. And they need to walk out. Politics is a reality, but let it be at the national level. If it comes at the organizational level, that's when the disaster occurs. You remember TMC won municipality elections? Record what kar. TMC won municipal. All the newspapers, but they were Kolkata driven. A national newspaper didn't write about it. Or today's story, I don't know if it's true, I didn't ratify it. As I was entering, somebody said Putin is shot dead in Russia. I didn't ratify it, I just got to know. I don't know, I didn't ratify it, so I want to go back. I'm dying to go back, Google search whether he's alive or dead. Not that it matters to me. It's better he's not there. He's created ruckus for the world. He's created ruckus for the world, so it's better he's not there. So the choice is what? Making that transformation and creating leaders who can transform. The moment you have 20 leaders in an organization of 500 who are transformational leaders, put them on a pedestal. Because these leaders are the ones who will sacrifice. And teach your organization, like you are a mother, some of you are mothers here. You you sacrifice for your children. There's a lot of sacrifice mothers do. I've been blessed, I've had 2 mothers. The love of 2 mothers, and both my mothers have sacrificed to bring me up, to be able to speak a good sentence of English. Because my mother taught me how I could speak. So the question is, sacrifice is supreme in building an organization. When any one leader can sacrifice to build the company, that company will prosper. It's supreme in my opinion. So, Asif, you want me to stop? He's a very nice person. He will never say anything, just smile, and I have to understand I have to stop. Okay, so I have to stop. I wish I can go on. I'm an ocean of knowledge. I started, the best employer brands 13 years ago when nobody thought of employer branding. I did the India Human Capital Summit with so much of shiddat that one competing brand copied it and they said, hey, it's my property. I said, I can't fight with you because you're a giant, but I know India Human Capital Summit and Human Capital Awards are my property. I've created them for 11 years. I've trademarked it, Human Capital Awards, which are happening in February now, on 14th of February, a day before the World HRD Congress. And I urge you all to participate, to support a real, genuine cause. Ladies and gentlemen, World HRD Congress is 31 years old. And being 31 years old, we've taken it to 20 countries and 22 states of India. So 22 states of India. I mean, I almost have sacrificed everything I had. The corona was not nice to me. It gave me a heart attack and it gave me COVID. I'm both survivor of the heart attack and the COVID. But I'm a great believer that destiny is written. Everything is written for us. It's all that we do is a right karma. And if we are able to do a right karma, I think the future is ours. So I'm going to say thank you to you. We'll type these notes and email that to you. Give us 2 days. Asif is going to take away the paper. We'll give you a good job of what each group has given, and we'll type it exactly the way I've written. We won't manipulate any words. And we'll send that to you. We'll put it up on LinkedIn if you like to read it on LinkedIn. I am there on LinkedIn. My social media manager, Aditya, is here with me. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you've enjoyed this, let Asif know. We'll get you to Bangalore, where you get to meet 500 people, where the benchmarking can be much higher than this group. And when you're meeting 500 people, all that you can do is learn and unlearn. Learn and unlearn. You learn what is right, you unlearn what you think you cannot practice. And of course, Dara will be there to make everybody dance to her tunes. And thank you so much. I've enjoyed. If you think I've done a good job, please applaud for me. Thank you. Thank you.